Hello everyone, this is Al Red Sox Fan coming to you from Al Red Sox Fan YouTube channel. Hope all is well. And we're going to bring you a What If Promotions. And it's going to be Roberto Duran versus Alexis Arguello, September 1st, 1978. This bout never took place, but what if the undisputed lightweight champion Roberto Duran took on Alexis Arguello, the WBC super featherweight champion? At the time, this would have been a mega matchup. Duran, 64 wins, 1 defeat, no draws, 52 by stoppages. The undisputed lightweight champion would take on, stepping up in weight, Alexis Arguello, the super featherweight champion for the WBC, 56, 5-0 with 47 stoppages. We'll be using the sim engine of Title Bout Championship Boxing, and I will be giving you my radio call as you watch the sim engine. So let's get to ringside, Yankee Stadium. So we have Roberto Duran. Let's quickly look at his fighter card. And Roberto Duran, all-time great lightweight, excellent fighter, good defense, -2 there, excellent hitting power of a 10. He's a 14 out of 15 rating in Title Bout Championship Boxing. And he will have a slight edge, obviously the bigger man. And he'll have the quicker hands, and he's more the smoother puncher. He's much more smooth in his actions. And the much better defensive fighter, again, -2. He'll be taking away a couple of punches landed from Duran in this sim. And Roberto Duran, tremendously popular. Both fighters will be at prime condition and in the prime of their fighting career. Let's go back and we'll take a look at Alexis Arguello's card really quick. Alexis Arguello, the WBC super featherweight champion. He's a very hard hitter at super featherweight, 11 out of 15, but he's going to be stepping up in weight, and that will be, that's part of the formula. It will be calculated in, so stepping up in weight, he might lose a little oomph on his punches. Arguello, tremendous killer instinct, just like Duran, and it should be a very, very good matchup. Duran would be the slight favorite. Arguello not as stellar defensively. Duran will be able to land 2 more punches, as Arguello is a +2 on defense, and not as smooth a puncher as Roberto Duran, more mechanical. And at super featherweight, Arguello is a 13 out of 15. Again, stepping up in weight. These will be adjusted for the step up in weight class by the Title Bout Sim Engine. Once again, Roberto Duran, undisputed lightweight champion, 64 1-0 with 52 stoppages, takes on Alexis Arguello, the WBC super featherweight champion. If you don't know what a super featherweight champion is, that you weigh in at 130 or less. A lightweight is 135 or less. In Duran's corner, Ray Arcel, the trainer, Freddie Brown, the cut man. In Alexis Arguello's corner, Eddie Futch, the trainer, and Eddie Aliano, the cut man. 15 rounds. Retro time, September 1st, 1978 from Yankee Stadium. We're using judges' bias rating, so if these judges have some sort of bias where that's going to come into play, I've decided to use it. We're at Yankee Stadium because I just love that historical atmosphere. Johnny Addy is the ring announcer. Tony Perez, who speaks Spanish, is the referee. In case of a rare incident stoppage, the fight will be a draw until 50% of the bout is fought. Then they'll go to the scorecards. We hope we don't come to that. 3 judges will score the bout. The judge will not. The 3 knockdown rule is in effect. The mandatory 8 count is in effect. The scoring system is a 10-point must for the winner of the round. You can never be saved by the bell in any round. The ringside physician or the referee can stop the bout. The judges from England, Harold Letterman. From the United States, Harold Lederman. From England, Mickey Van. And from the US of A, Chuck Minker. Duran can fight as either a boxer or a slugger. He has a control factor of a 12 versus a boxer and a control factor of a 13 versus a slugger. It just means who's going to control the action. Arguello can fight as a boxer or slugger also. He has a control factor of a 12 versus a boxer and a 13 versus a slugger. But again, he is stepping up in weight. He will have a slight disadvantage. At ringside, we see Uncle Ron from Retro Sports Network. Check out that great channel. The OG, the original Grognard. Check out that wonderful channel. He has a Gunslinger up on his channel now. Ron just did a wonderful Patriot Challenge game between the 1999 St. Louis Rams and the 2004 or 7 Patriots. The Patriot team that went undefeated but lost to the Giants. I always get that year mixed up. We also have Captain Curl at ringside. Hope all is well. Yes, let's continue on to the training. The edge in power. There's going to be a slight edge to Arguello, though that's a misnomer as Arguello stepping up in weight. Will he carry his power? Both men hit very hard at this lighter weight. Endurance is even. Defense goes to Duran, as you can see, as Duran's in the green. And hand speed is even. And ring tactical skills is even. This is going to be a slobber knocker. I think the advantage will go to Duran with he's much more of a smooth mover. And again, Ray Arcel and Freddie Brown in Roberto Duran's corner. Eddie Futch and Eddie Aliano in Alexis Arguello's corner. Yankee Stadium, Johnny Addy's the ring announcer. Tony Perez is the referee. Harold Lederman, Mickey Van, and Chuck Minker are the judges. Javier Aguirre Flores is the ringside expert for Title Bout Championship Boxing. As we prepare for round one, Perez motions the fighters to the center of the ring. He turns to Roberto Duran's corner, asks Ray Arcel and Freddie Brown any questions from the Chief Seconds. They say no. He turns to Eddie Futch in the Alexis Arguello corner. Any questions from Arguello's Chief Seconds? He says no. He says touch gloves, buenos fortunas, and come out fighting, God bless. As Duran just glares at Arguello, what a stare down this is. Now they finally touch gloves, as Perez forces them to touch gloves. Both fighters back to their neutral corners. We await the bell for round number one. Duran will be to the left, Arguello to the right. Duran from Panama, Arguello from Nicaragua. Here's the bell, and Duran quickly off his stool, but he is caught by a 4-punch combination. Arguello lets his hands go, and that rattled Duran. Arguello, they're standing toe-to-toe in the center of the ring, and Arguello's letting his hands go. Duran covering up. Duran comes right back on the inside. Both fighters, and Arguello comes right back. Big shots land on Duran's head. Duran felt those punches. That was a good uppercut that split Duran's guard. Duran holding his hands high. Arguello forcing Duran back, but Duran counters off the ropes. Back and forth goes the action. Arguello lands that long left-right, and Duran comes right back. They're standing toe-to-toe as Arguello trying to push Duran back. He continues to land over and over again. Now Duran forces him back to the center of the ring. He lands a little combination on the inside, and we're coming up on the bell for round one. A very exciting round. A close round. Arguello surprised Duran with his quick hands. I don't know if they're quick, but compared to Roberto Duran's, but he let his punches go first, and when you let your punches go first, you're going to land, folks. And he hit Duran quite hard. And I give Arguello a 10-9 round in round number one. So Arguello, and Eddie Futch is very happy with him. He got his punches off first, stayed with that tight defense, hands up high. He was able to split Duran's guard. Duran did get some good shots in there, but definitely an Arguello round. Let's go to the unofficial scorecard of Javier Flores. He gives it 10-9 Arguello. We'll go to the Duran corner. Ray Arcel's saying he felt what he has. Now let's go to work. You can see Duran was a little surprised. Arguello was able to get off first. Again, Arguello much more mechanical. Duran tried to bip and bop, get in and out. Let's see if Duran will just stand on the inside and rumble. That could be an advantage to Alexis Arguello. Ray Arcel's whispers to Duran, just let your hands go first. Let your hands go first. We quickly go to the Alexis Arguello corner and Eddie Futch. Speaking to his fighter, Alexis Arguello. He's very happy. He goes, great job, champ. Keep hitting with that straight right. On the inside. Work to the body and up to the head. And again, we witnessed a good snapping uppercut by Arguello on Duran. Let's go to punch stat numbers before we go to round number 2. Duran landed 18, Arguello 32, nearly doubling the number. He landed hooks, jabs, crosses. He just worked hard. He was able to get in punching distance, and he worked hard. He outworked Roberto Duran. He never let Duran get set. And as we prepare for round number 2, here's the bell for round number 2. Both fighters off their stool. Duran's going to try to counter here. Arguello's looking to counter. Duran lands a 1-2. Duran's going to take the action to him. And there's the countering right hand by Alexis Arguello. And Duran comes right back with a quick combination. Action, ring center. Now Duran forces Arguello back. And a flooding right hand. Arguello's knees buckle. Duran forcing Arguello back to the ropes. He's letting his hands go on the inside. Those punches missed. Arguello missed with the counter right. He's still a bit dazed. Duran trying to pin him back on the ropes. A minute to go here in round number 2. Duran lands to the body and up to the head. Arguello bobbles again. Under 30 seconds to go. Right hand counter misses by Alexis Arguello. And another 1-2 combination by Duran. Now he digs a left to the body. Arguello backs to the ropes. Under 15 seconds to go. And there's the bell. And a countering combination off the ropes by Arguello. But a little too late, as Duran takes round 2, 10-9. Duran was much more in that smooth rhythm, like the Panamanian drums and horns that are going off here at Yankee Stadium. Arguello had one moment coming off the ropes with countering shots at the end of the round. But Duran just glared at him, that Roberto Duran glare. Ray Arcel's saying that's what you have to do. Duran started on the outside offensively, and then once he was able to land on Arguello, forced him back to the ropes and worked him over. Let's go to the unofficial scorecard of Title Bout Championship Boxing. Javier Flores, he gives it 10-9 for Duran, so he has it 19-19 as I do after 2 rounds. Quickly, to the Duran corner and Ray Arcel's. He said, much better, champ, much better. Roberto Duran, hands of stone, manos de piedras. And he showed it there, as he forced Arguello to the ropes and worked him over, body and head, head and body. That crowd is in a frenzy at Yankee Stadium. Though again, Arguello had that good moment at the end. Big combination off the ropes with that uppercut. The second time he's been able to split the Roberto Duran defense with an uppercut. We go to Eddie Futch and Alexis Arguello in that corner. And now all those punches that Duran landed in round 2 has produced some swelling on the right eye of Roberto Duran. Eddie Aliano is working on that. The swelling is at 12%. Aliano, one of the best cutmen in the business, using the end swell. Eddie Futch says, you gotta let your hands go when you're countering on the outside. Even as a counter puncher, you kind of have to be first. Duran was able to feint and then get on the inside and just work Arguello over. And once he got on the inside and forced Arguello back to the ropes, It was rinse and repeat over and over again. Let's go to the punch stat numbers as we prepare for round number 3. A big turnaround round by Roberto Duran. He landed 36 punches. Arguello only landed 13 as he was in defense mode, and he didn't do that too well. Again, Arguello had that nice big countering combination off the ropes at the end of the round. He's hoping that Duran walks into one of those big right hands or uppercuts. We prepare for round number 3. The crowd's loving it here at Yankee Stadium. At ringside, we see Bobby Cantillano, W. Voggs, and Dave Little. Many luminaries here. Hope all is well. Here's the bell for round number 3. Fighters off the stool, center of the ring. Arguello tries to let his hands go, but Duran beats it to him. He lands a 4-punch combination. Now they tie up. Arguello trying to clear his head. Perez looking on. Arguello comes back with a 1-2-3. And another 1-2 by Arguello. That right hand went right down the pike. Arguello counters. Both fighters counter. And Arguello's punches land. Arguello keeping his hands held high, and he continues to land punch after punch on the counters. He catches Duran coming in with a left-right. Duran's knees buckle. Duran continues to come forward and fights like a banshee as he rips a 4-punch combination to the body and up to the head. Arguello has now twice countered Duran, but Duran continues to try to force Arguello to the ropes. He lands a thudding left hook, and there's the bell, and again Duran lands at the bell. Arguello won the majority of that round, but Duran came back. Duran was stunned. Arguello has carried his power as he's moved up to lightweight. So round 3, I give to Alexis Arguello 10-9. Duran seems a little surprised, not so much by the hand speed of Arguello, but he's just letting his hands go. Duran has to disrupt that Arguello rhythm. He has to. It's going to be a long night for Roberto Duran. Javier Flores has it 10-9. Arguello 29-28 after 3. I concur. We go to the Duran corner, and Ray Arcel's. And there again, Duran is boxing with the boxer, but he's been trying to get on the inside. No nicks, cuts, or abrasions of anything out of the ordinary, just the normal wear and tear of a pugilistic contest. Arcel says work the body more. You got to get him out of that rhythm. He's a 1-2-3 fighter. Dance by numbers, Arcel tells him. That's what Arguello is, very mechanical. We go over to the Alexis Arguello corner, Eddie Futch and Eddie Aliano. Let's see how that swelling is. And that swelling has ballooned up from 12% to 20%. And that's going to really hamper Alexis Arguello. So even though Arguello landed more punches and a lot of solid punches, Duran got his fair share in on that right eye, as the swelling is now up to 20%. Eddie Aliano, again, you can see him pressing really hard with that end swell, trying to move that swelling. Rob Explanation Point is at ringside here. Let's go to the punch stat numbers as we prepare for round number 4. Duran landed 18, and Alexis Arguello landed 47. And he again, it was in a tremendous rhythm there. He is not the smoother fighter. He's definitely more mechanical, a 1-2-3 punch by the numbers, but he just let his hands go. Duran has to disrupt that rhythm. Both fighters get off their stool. They wait for the bell for round number 4. Tony Perez motions him. There's the bell. Fighters at ring center. Who's going to be first? Can Duran? And again! Duran's first this time. He backs up now. He's trying to lure Arguello in, and Duran lands again. Perez warns him about dirty tactics. Duran lands again. He's just moving away. Duran's landing over and over again. Arguello can't get his punches off as Duran sets, fires, and moves away. Duran missed with that right hand to his short. Left hook by Arguello nails him. And Duran leaps back in with a 3-punch combination, snapping Arguello's head back. Right hand missed by Duran. As Duran's laying the traps now, Arguello is being outboxed right now. Arguello backing up, trying to lure Duran in. He's pawing with the jab, looking to land the big right hand, but Duran nails him with a three-punch combination. It's all Roberto Duran 30 seconds ago. And again, Duran opens up. Tony Perez starts looking on. Arguello is hurt. A four-punch combination, uppercut snapping his head, and there's the bell. A huge round for Roberto Duran as he laid trap after trap, and he nailed Arguello time after time. Beautiful boxing, as bopping in and out was Roberto Duran. Arguello tried his best to counter, but again, Duran took him out of his rhythm, and Arguello became a human punching bag. That was a huge round. The only thing Duran didn't get was a knockdown. And that swelling's going to be horrible. That could easily be a 10-8 round. I'm not going to give it that, though. I'm going to go 10-9. 10-9 Duran. A big 10-9 round. Let's go to the Arguello corner because of that swelling. Let's see what that is now. And that swelling's at 47%. So Arguello is really having trouble. That right eye is at 47% swelling. And Eddie Aliano has just not been able to reduce it because Duran's targeting that eye. You can see how feverishly Eddie Aliano is working with the end swell. And Eddie Futch says, you got to land something big. You got to land something really big. Tony Perez comes over with the ringside physician. They take a look at that eye. They ask Arguello, are you okay? He says yes. Let's go to the Duran corner, and then we'll go to the scorecards. Ray Arcel says, beautiful job, beautiful job. You got him now, champ. Duran supremely confident in his corner. You can see him just glaring across the ring as he peeks over Arcel's shoulder, looking at a beleaguered Alexis Arguello in his corner. Arcel says, work that body up to the head. Target the eye. I don't think you can see out of it. Go to the unofficial scorecard now of Title Up Championship Boxing. Remember, I gave round 4 to Duran 10-9, meaning 10-8. But I gave it 10-9, and so does Javier Flores. And after 4 complete, we have it dead even at 38-38. Rob Explanation Point believes it was a 10-8 round. I can see that. But I didn't score it that way. Score the punch stat numbers. Good God almighty. Duran hit Alexis Arguello with everything, including the kitchen sink and the neighbor's kitchen sink. But Arguello didn't go down. 54 punches rat-a-tatted Arguello's body and head, snapping his head back numerous times. Arguello was only able to land 7 punches, mostly off counters, thus justifying Rob Explanation Point's 10-8 round the way he scored it at ringside. And let's just check out the endurance factor. And Arguello still has a lot in the tank, but you can see the difference. Duran, the harder puncher. Again, Arguello stepping up in weight from 130 to 135 to challenge for the Undisputed Lightweight Championship against Roberto Duran. Arguello, the WBC Super Featherweight Champion. Again, this is September 1st, 1978 retro replay. What if this fight never took place, folks? This is a what if bout. We prepare for round number 5. Can Alexis Arguello turn the tide of battle? Here's the bell, round number 5. And it looks like Duran's going to try to lure Arguello in. He counters and moves away with a 1-2. Again with a 1-2. Arguello plods forward, trying to land that big punch to change the tide of battle. Misses those shots there, and countered quickly by Duran, and again by Duran. In and out goes Duran, side to side. Arguello ties up. He is a very tired fighter. Perez looking on at that swollen eye. Now he lands a 1-2-3. Not a lot of oomph on those punches by Alexis Arguello. He missed with those shots, and Duran quickly counters and moves away. He's laying that trap. He wants Arguello to step into that right hand. Arguello ties up. Perez breaks him. Under a minute to go here in round number 5. Again, you can see Duran trying to lay that trap. And there it is! Big shots. Wobble Alexis Arguello. Another right hand. Arguello's knees buckle. 15 seconds to go. Perez looking on. That swelling is horrible. And at the bell, a huge left hook slammed by Duran. Another mega round by Roberto Duran. What is keeping Alexis Arguello up? He weebled and he wobbled, but he would not go down. 10-9, Duran. Again, you could probably justify a 10-8 round there. Let's go to the Alexis Arguello corner, and that eye is awful. That eye is at 61%. The doctor and Tony Perez are looking on. They tell Eddie Aliana to stop working the ends. Well, they want to look. They ask Alexis Arguello how many fingers. They flash 2. He says 2. How many fingers? They flash 3. He says 3. I said, okay, but we're not going to let you go too much longer. A lot of concern in the Alexis Arguello corner as Roberto Duran has taken over this fight in the last 2 rounds, battering Alexis Arguello. The swelling 61%. He can't see anything. He's getting hit because he can't see those punches coming. Eddie Futch says, you got to go for the knockout. Alexis, you got to go for the knockout. Let's go to Ray Arcel in the Roberto Duran corner. He says, just keep doing what you're doing. Freddie Brown exhorting Duran as he works a little grease around the eyes. Gives Duran a swig of water. The fans are in a frenzy. Panamanian horns and drums here at Yankee Stadium. Go to punch stat numbers as we wait for round number 6. Fighters start to come off their stool. Arguello looks dead tired. He has been battered. That eye is a mess. 56 punches landed by Roberto Duran on Alexis Arguello, his personal piñata. Again, Arguello was only able to land 7. The end is near unless Arguello can land a footing straight right. That was one of his best punches. Here's the bell for round 6. Could this be the end of Alexis Arguello's lightweight championship title aspirations here in 1978 at Yankee Stadium? The bell. Duran quickly off his stool, and now he's trying to lay the trap again. And he lays it as Arguello walks right into a 4-punch combination. He throws, he misses. Duran again counters. Duran, the hand speed, the foot movement, over and over again. He is nailing Arguello. Missed with that big right hand. Arguello comes back with a good 4-punch combination, but he's met by a 1-2. Duran sizing him up once again, plying with the jab. Another straight right hand lands by Roberto Duran. Boxing masterfully. As Arguello backs to the center of the ring, he's trying to land a big right hand, and he's nailed by a 3-punch combination, culminating with a left hook. Arguello backs to the ropes. Duran opens up, wanting to end it here in round 6. Perez looking on, and it is over! It is over! Arguello trapped on the ropes. Duran letting his hands go, snapping Arguello's head over and over again. Tony Perez leaps in to save further punishment to Alexis Arguello. And the winner by TKO in the 6th round with 30 seconds to go is Roberto Duran. So Arguello had his moments early, and Duran was able to get down Arguello's timing again. Arguello very much a box by numbers fighter, and that's no knock to him. He was very mechanical in my opinion. And Duran much more smoother. Arguello early in the fight, rounds 1, 2, and 3, he was able to keep Duran off balance by just letting his hands go quicker, being first. And once Duran got Arguello's rhythm down, it took him till round 3, towards the end of round 3, and Duran got the rhythm down of Arguello's punch by numbers, as Ray Arcel calls it in the corner. 4 and 5 were absolute batterings. And Duran ends it here in round 6, TKO. Arguello trapped on the ropes, defenseless, his head being snapped over and over again by Duran combinations. So the fans are very happy here at Yankee Stadium. A plethora of fans from Panama And Duran has a lot of fans around the world, especially in New York City. But the flags are waving here at Yankee Stadium, the drums, the horns. It's like Madison Square Garden when he won the lightweight championship against Ken Buchanan. And here is the official announcement by Johnny Addy. Ladies and gentlemen, the referee stops the bout at 2 minutes and 30 seconds of the 6th round. Your winner by technical knockout and still undisputed lightweight champion of the world, Roberto Duran. Roberto Duran. As they're attending to Alexis Arguello in his corner, the ringside physician taking a look at him. And let's go to the punch stat numbers. So Roberto Duran here, September 1st, 1978, retains his undisputed lightweight championship against the challenger Alexis Arguello, who still maintains the WBC Super Featherweight Championship, as that was not on the line. He was stepping up in weight, but he fails in his challenge against Roberto Duran. Let's go to some punch stat numbers. And Roberto Duran landed 42.8% of his punches, while Arguello only landed 25.5%. Again, rounds 4, 5, and 6 were just hellacious beatings that Roberto Duran put on Alexis Arguello, thus the TKO stoppage. Duran landed 38 punches a round, while Arguello landed 19. And total punches landed in just under 6 rounds, 233 for Roberto Duran, 118 for Alexis Arguello. So the bigger man, the faster man, again, Arguello stepping up in weight, and that was a factor. He could not deal with Roberto Duran's hand speed. And again, it took Duran approximately 3 rounds to figure out the rhythm of Alexis Arguello. Alexis Arguello held his own and looked quite good for the first 3 rounds, taking 2 out of the first 3 rounds, and actually stunning Roberto Duran on several occasions. But by the end of round number 3, you could see Duran had gotten Arguello's rhythm down. The punch by numbers, the 1, 2, 3, it's like dancing by numbers or painting by numbers. Alexis Arguello was very mechanical. Great fighter, but Duran was much more smooth. He was an assassin in that ring. He could knock you out by brawling. He could knock you out by boxing at that weight class. He could knock you out by being the counter puncher. And Roberto Duran retains his undisputed lightweight championship here, September 1st, 1978, in our What If promotions. Let's go to the official scorecards for haha's sake. Harold Lederman of the United States had it 48-46, Duran. Mickey Vann of England had it 48-47, Duran. And Chuck Minker of the United States had it 48-46, Duran. And he gave a 10-8 round in round 4, which Robbie called for. And I almost gave it. And then I wanted to give a 10-8 round in round 5, but because I didn't give it in round 4, I didn't give it in round 5. It's all academic because Roberto Duran would swarm Alexis Arguello, force him back to the ropes, and at the 2:30 mark of round 6, after battering Arguello, watching his head snap over and over again, Tony Perez leaped in to save Arguello any further punishment. So it was a close fight on the scorecards, but as you witnessed and listened to, Duran took over for round 4, 5, and 6, and that spelled doom for the smaller fighter Alexis Arguello. There were no knockdowns scored, but that swelling that was horrific on Arguello's right eye was definitely a factor. He could not see the punches coming. The swelling started towards the end of round 3 and got worse and worse as the Arguello beating continued by Roberto Duran. So Duran wins TKO at the 2:30 mark of the 6th round. And we'll just look at control factor. Let's go back to the fighters. And let's just update the sim record. So Arguello record will now drop to 56, 6-0 with 47 stoppages. Roberto Duran, with the retention of his title, is now 65, 1-0 with 53 stoppages. This is Al, Red Sox fan. I'd like to say thank you for the people who were at ringside. Uncle Ron from Retro Sports Network, please check out that channel. Rob Explanation Point, another wonderful channel in our community. Another must subscribe. Dave Gardner, HockeyTournaments.com. Check out his wonderful channel. And on Wednesdays, check him out with Uncle Ron when they do the Hockey League Week in Review. Dave Little, thank you very much for stopping by. Check out that wonderful channel. Bobby Cantillano, thank you. The original Grognard, wonderful military strategy and much, much more. He has Gunslinger up on the channel. Captain Carl, thank you very much. Hope all is well. W. Vogs, check out another wonderful card collecting channel. Member of the FOC, Friends of the Community. So, thank you. I hope you enjoyed that bout. Roberto Duran, as I expected, defeated Alexis Arguello, the smaller man. Arguello in reality would step up. He would win the lightweight championship and retain it for quite a while. And his super mega fight was against Aaron Pryor. He had two of those. Pryor stopped them both for the junior welterweight championship. Arguello would win featherweight, junior lightweight, or super featherweight, however you want to put it, and lightweight championships. Roberto Duran won the lightweight championship, the welterweight championship, the junior middleweight championship, the middleweight championship. And he might have had a portion of a bogus super middleweight title. I kind of remember that. So, but two all-time greats, and our What If promotion says Roberto Duran by TKO in the 6th. So thank you very much. Watch out for that left hook, counter right hand. Keep your hands up, move side to side. Health and happiness. Till next time, take care. Bye-bye. God bless. You know what's coming, folks. You know what's coming. Peace!